guess I'll just do this. First of all, I just want to say that this class has been awesome, and been an awesome opportunity just to learn how to be happy. But probably as I go through the days, I think the first day, which was about positive psychology, I really just like the idea of a lot of times we just focus on material wealth or like focusing on our circumstances to make us happy, but that happiness is often found when people pursue relationships, which I really liked. For day two, when it was talking about flourishing and achieving authentic happiness, I really liked our class discussion about signature strengths, and just understanding of all the strengths, that these ones are my core ones, and finding ways to be able to use that in my life. I thought was really cool to just be able to, one of mine was like hope, and so I just being able to use that in my life was really cool. Day three was the how of happiness. I think the thing that stuck out most with me was that little graph that had the 40, 10, 50. 50% is like your set point, 10% of your circumstances, and 40 like what you choose to do with your activities, voluntary activities, and just realizing that I still have a lot of control over my life, and how happy I am, even with the genes and the set point. Day four, I think, was about positivity, flow, and love. And I really like the idea of flow. Just being able to find those moments where you're 100% captured into them. And so for me, that's just recognizing that sports and competitions, friendly competitions, and just games is when I'm just fully invested and not thinking about anything else. And so just pursuing those to have a better life. Day five was self-determination theory and why we do what we do. I really like the chart about the intrinsic motivation versus the extrinsic motivation, and just realizing that a lot of my life was focusing on extrinsic motivation instead of just kind of pursuing things for their own benefit, just for my own sake. And I kind of want to pursue those things more now, just things that I enjoy, and I don't need motivation, don't need treats, or don't need money. I need to do those things. So day six was about taking back your time and the time famine. And I think the biggest takeaway I realized from that, just while we're talking about all those kids and how busy they are, is that busyness isn't always a measure of success for kids, or even for my life. And so I just want to kind of take it back, really pursue those things that I find the most enjoyment from, instead of just trying to be busy. Day seven was about building the good life in the digital age. And I really like the tips about limiting social media and how to make sure that social media didn't take over your life. Because I've noticed just in my life, the more social media I have, usually comes from boredom, but just makes me less happy. And so just limiting when I use social media, just checking it once or twice a day, only on 2 networks, has been really good for me even now. So day 8 was about the intentional families. I really like the talks about rituals, and just I was able to go back into my own life and just kind of look at the rituals that my family had and which ones I enjoyed, and maybe which ones, the traditions or things we did that I didn't enjoy, and just kind of plan for the future. And one of the things I want to do in the future is do outings like my dad did with me, just once a week, take out a kid, or and just kind of have an outing where you just kind of plan it and go to dinner and just be able to talk. And I think that'd be a cool little experience. So really enjoyed the rituals and just creating good rituals for your family. Day 9 was about the last child in the woods. And I liked this. I liked the part where it said college kids don't want to be the last child in the woods, which I feel. Especially living here in Utah and being so close to the mountains, I just want to take every advantage of exploring nature, being outside, and just kind of, I don't want to be inside all day. And so that was cool. Day 10 was about the experience economy. And I think just being a business major and just trying to understand how business works, I thought it was cool about how our economy is slowly switching to experiences, and how that's not a bad thing, but that it's actually creates value for people, and where you can create experiences to help affect emotions with people. I really liked, coming from a business perspective. Day 11 was about experience staging, and I think the biggest takeaway I got from this was just the implementation of a theme, where just everything ties back to the theme, and you don't try to have positive cues towards that theme and avoid negative cues. And so just when I planned, get-togethers or little parties, whether that's for a birthday or tacos, or just kind of pulling into a theme, because I think it gets everyone more excited for it, and everyone has a better experience when you follow a theme. Day 12 was the designing your life introduction. I really like the idea of Odyssey plans. I think my whole life I just thought that, I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do in my life, but like God probably already has set a path, and so I'm just like slowly uncovering it. But I think just understanding that there's multiple versions of myself, and none of them are necessarily the right one. Like you kind of just follow the path that feels best, I guess, in your heart. So I think that was cool, realizing that there's not just one path. For day 13 and designing your life part 2, I think the most important thing was the decision process and how you need once you make a decision, you need to just let go and accept that decision instead of agonizing whether you made the right one or not. I find I make that process way too long and too harsh, and so I just need to make a decision and move on. And day 14 with the young professional panel, I think the biggest takeaway was it was just cool to see how everyone, the different opportunities that ExDm and creating meaningful experiences for people can bring. It's cool to see people that can pursue it as a career, and makes me enjoy those experiences more, but also makes me just think about how, not as a career for me, but just as a family or as a friend, how I can make experiences better for those people and those events that I go to. And so yeah, enjoyed this class. Thank you so much.